Hello, welcome to my channel, Donna P Howard. Every day I sit around and think about how I'm going to leave my child an inheritance like I had when I was much younger. And I have came up with many plans on how to do it. First off, I'm going to take care of my health and myself. And after doing that, I have came up with plans how to start a business. I had to figure out what did I like to do. And you see what I like to do. I like to do YouTube videos and I like to make baskets. So those are the two things that I will be doing to create my business. And it will be intertwining of each other. Meaning I will continue to do my videos here on YouTube and other social media. And I also will be doing my baskets, which I do videos on when I'm ready to put them together. So what I do, I work the poles, and I've told y'all about that many a times. And I'll take the money that I get from the poles and I will invest it into items that I need to do my baskets. I buy plain baskets from the Dollar Tree and I buy little ornaments or just little things to bling them out. I do it because it helps my mobility in my fingers. Because sometimes I do stuff and my fingers get to drawing up like this and I can't get my fingers unstuck. So I came up with the idea if I bling the baskets out and create different designs for the baskets, it keeps my fingers working. So it helps me health-wise, but it also will be helping me with my business. I also buy not only different things that can be used to bling out the baskets, I buy stuff to go into the baskets so I can create a nice basket that everyone would like. None of my baskets have the same things in them. Some have some stuff and some has some other stuff, but they're all created differently because I'm the type of person who likes uniqueness. So when I have an opportunity to make some money, I'll do a medical study. A medical study is a study that's geared towards something that you suffer from and you're trying to improve your health because whatever you're doing isn't working as good as it once was. So you're trying new medications or you're trying new exercises or you're trying new things to help improve your health. These items cannot be held against you if you're, say, on disability. They cannot say that you're earning an income because this is a stipend. Just like if you work for the polls. If you do 2 polls and a class, you will not make more than $600. And although Biden wants to see where everybody's income is, it cannot be held against you. because it's your civic duty. So I take these funds and I invest them into the things that I need for my baskets, whether it's a heat gun or different bags or shrink wrap bags or items to go in the baskets. So that's one way that I have found to create an income. I also live frugally. When I say frugally, I mean not cheaply, but frugally. I'm not trying to keep up with the Joneses. I don't care what other people are doing. I am focusing on doing these things for myself. So I also do my research. I listen to a lot of YouTubers that are CPAs, which are certified public accountants. And I listen about the different programs that they create when they're creating the pandemic. They called it the pandemic, but it was really a pandemic because it was a diversion from people really paying attention to what's really going on. Here in the United States, we are the only country in the world that still has cash and coins. And sometimes when you go to the bank, you might want to roll quarters and they can't even give it to you. Why? Because they don't have it. So anyhow, I use the information that I investigate on and I pull out the good points from different videos that I watch. This one's saying this, and this one's saying this, and this one's saying that. I pull out the stuff that will apply to me so I can learn how to save differently or how to do things differently so I will not be behind in bills. So even with the programs, I've taught you how to budget. And for me, myself, I budget all the time. Not only do I budget, I have some bills that I pay on a monthly basis. And I have other bills that I pay on a yearly basis. If it's a bill that I know that I need paid, I would prefer to pay the whole bill off than to let that company come into my account and take some money every month. So bills that I would pay on a yearly basis would be my rent insurance or my rental insurance, you know, my antivirus because I need the antivirus to protect my computer because I like going online to make money. So it's an investment. So being that I know I only have to do it once every 2 years, I'll save that money up and I'll pay it off. I don't want you messing with my bank account, taking a piece here and a piece there and a piece here and a piece there. Then I have my regular bills, my rent, which I pay out of my income. My lights and gas are included, so I choose to save that. My home phone and internet and Wi-Fi. I keep a home phone because I know that if there's a storm, I will still have phone service. I know many people have cell phones and they don't think about a home phone. But let me tell you how your home phone would work even when your cell phone won't. Now, if we have a storm and your electricity is affected, once you have charged your cell phone and use it, if it's no lights, you cannot continue to talk on your cell phone. Whereas if you have a home phone and you also have internet and Wi-Fi, the internet modem has a backup battery. So therefore, you will never be in your home without being able to make a phone call. Because you might need to make a phone call and call the police or something, depending on what's going on. Or call the fire people. You want to be able to do what you need to do for yourself. So these are the reasons that I keep certain things in my life that most people don't. I will be going to the library and getting some books to read and to practice in to further my education. So therefore, within starting my business, I can get the information that I need. Luckily, I know how to do taxes. Luckily, I know how to do accounting. So therefore, in creating a business for myself, I can do my taxes and do my accounting where I wouldn't have to hire somebody else to do it. I'm quite capable of doing it. I know how to do it backwards and forwards without mistakes, and I know how to get the job done. So as a person who lives frugally, I know that it looks like I'm always shopping because I'm a shopaholic and I love to shop. But I do not shop on my income. I shop on the income that I would get from the Board of Elections or from doing the medical study. So therefore, I'm not taking anything away from home. And personally, I will take some of that money from the medical studies and invest it into my business or invest it into my home so I can have the things I need. I also do a lot of testing through the doctors. Doctors send me for blood work and a colonoscopy and a mammogram and this and that. And being that I have Medicare along with the backup of Medicaid, I can earn gift cards, and then I take the gift cards that I earn and I invest it into the things that I need to continue making my baskets. There's a wealth of knowledge out here and a wealth of information that one can use to better themselves. I came up with plans when I was working that I still use to this day to put me in a better position. I'm the type of person, I don't want to live like this. I don't want to live up and down. I like living straight across. So no matter what my income is, whether I was working, whether I was on unemployment, whether I had my inheritance, whether I'm on disability, I still live at the same level all the way, no matter what year. Even when I was on the welfare, I still lived on the same level. I don't try to keep up with the Joneses to do what they do. I've cut a lot of services out of my life that I used to do when I was working, like going to get my nails done. I'll go get me some press-on nails and get me some brush on glue and file my nail down and run a little oil around the edges of my uh, nail and cut the cuticles off and dig up under my nails and get the dirt out and buff my nails out with an emery board. And then I'll paint the glue on my nails and paint it on the back of my press-on nail and take my time and slide it on the nail and position it right and fold it, or not fold it, but press it on and hold it for a while. Therefore, I still have the look of acrylic nails, but I'm not paying the price. I do a lot of these different things. I buy some brand name stuff and some generic stuff. If the generic stuff works as good as the brand name stuff, then that's what I deal with. I'm not a brand name slob. I have my own style that I like. So I buy fast fashions that are good quality and are tearing up. So my clothes are good quality. And then I wash them like anybody else, and they hold up for years. I do stuff that most people don't. I collect bottles. If I buy a pie, water bottles, wine bottles now, they all have that 5 cents on the back. Sure, 5 cents isn't worth anything. But if you get enough of 5 cents together, you can save it for emergency money. Throughout my years as a younger person, I just lived life and did what I wanted. And I didn't save for an inheritance. Now I'm about to be 60 years old, and I have to scramble, but I'm going to get it done. So I can leave my grown son an inheritance like I want to leave him. I think it's really, really sad when a person dies and the family has to take care of the person's burial. And they can't leave their child something. So I am preparing now. So if I take all the different things that I do and I spend wisely, I'll be able to leave my son that type of inheritance that I want him to have. And that's what I'm going to do. Now, at a low end, I could save a penny a month and have 12 cents at the end of the year. Or I could go at a high end and save maybe $750, $800 a month and have some money to work with at the end of the year where I can go out and invest into some stock or invest into some bonds where I can leave this for my child. It might not be money, cash or coins, but it'll be enough to give him a better position in society. Because this is something that I've been looking at for many, many years, and most people don't talk about it. And since most people don't talk about it, I don't talk about it with them either. Because obviously, there's no plans in place. I'm a planner. So, I was born in 64, and I've noticed throughout the years that it was three different classes of people. It was the rich people. The rich people usually come from old money, and they get jobs because they know somebody that knows somebody, and they keep their wealth. Then you have the middle class, which is not rich, but it's not poor. And then you have the poor people. And when you're poor, it's easier to stay poor than to become rich. I've noticed that when you get a poor person to finally start going to work and they're working, then they start buying the things that they've always wanted. And that's fine. A house, a car, whatever. That's fine. That's cool. But every so often, the government finds a way to destroy the middle class. And most people that are in the middle class, they don't save. So by not saving, they have nothing to fall back on when things get tough. So I think everybody needs to come up with some type of plan that'll work for them. And then they'll be able to ride out the storms that we go through behind our government. Because with government, they're involved in other countries' business and they go to war. And when they go to war, they always have money for war, but they don't have money for poor people. Biden has all this money for the migrants coming into the country after he took down the wall that Trump put up to keep them out. But he has no money for us poor people. So that shows me, as a poor person, I have to do some planning so I can be where I want to be at in life. No, I don't want to ever work for anybody else again. But if you're going to work, you need to find you an essential job. An essential job is where you're taking care of people in some type of way, or you're working with food, you're working in a nursing home, whether you're cleaning, whether you're cooking, whether you're an aide, whether you're activities director or whatever. That's an essential job. Delivering medication is an essential job. Delivering food is an essential job. Delivering alcohol is an essential job. Working in a hospital is an essential job. No matter what department you work in, if you are working these types of jobs, you will always have a job. But if you're working in retail, like clothes or housewares or something, they're going to destroy them, those jobs. You can see it. I can see it. I don't even watch the news. The news is depressing to me. So I watch these different people on YouTube, and they tell you about programs. They tell you about the war. They tell you about a lot of things that are happening in life. And I take the good parts out of it. And then I might go on Yahoo News, and I'll be like, okay. This one talked about this one talked about this one talked about that. And if you look on the Yahoo News feed, you will find articles that match up to what they're saying. So that proves to me that they are really trying to help the people. And it would behoove me to watch them. So I know you say, well, what kind of plans can you come up with to better yourself? Well, first of all, I know that once the jobs are destroyed, there's going to be many people on unemployment. And for every month that you are out of unemployment, out of work, it takes 3 months for every 1 month that you are out. So let's say you're out for a year. That's 12 months. So it's going to take you 36 months to get back to where you was a year ago before you lost that job. In my case, when I worked, I did things differently than most people. I would pay my rent. I would work my job. I would work as much overtime as I could. So let's say if I got a gas bill, because that was the higher of my bills, the gas, then the phone and the internet, and then the lights. But you need the lights to work along with the gas to keep your home going if you do not have utilities included. So let's say I know here in the wintertime in Buffalo, New York, I might use $500 worth of gas a month. Okay. So how am I pay my bill off? First of all, I would put my bills on the budget plan instead of the payment plan. And let me tell you what the difference is. With the budget plan, they look at the last year's usage where you're living at, and then they create your budget plan based on the total of last year's usage divided by 12 months. Okay. And they do that for the light bill also. So if you're on the payment plan, if I'm paying my gas or light bill straight out and I lose income, then I don't have as much money to put on these bills. So why would I go on the payment plan? If I couldn't pay the gas in full or the lights in full, why would I allow the company to talk me into going on the payment plan? Because that's saying I agree to pay my bill plus an extra 10, 20, or whatever they figure out. Where you can go on the budget plan and pay what you're going to pay. So, like for me, if they would bill me $100 for the gas and I did a lot of overtime, I'm not going to give them $100. I'm going to give them $300 because I know how much gas I've been using. So I give them the $300. And then the next month, I might have my income tax. So I would add my federal to my state, and then I would just take a chunk out. So I'll take $100 out of my paycheck, and I'll take $600 out of my income tax checks, and I'll put it together and make a $700 payment. And then by me being low income or on food stamps, they would give me a couple $100. So although I use a lot of gas, I was able to have my gas bill paid off and have credit on my bill on a monthly basis. And I did that for the lights too. And what I did for the internet and the phone was I just put extra money on it. So then there's a credit on the bill. So if I put a couple $100 on the internet bill, I have a program with that. So they take the program amount off and I pay the difference. I'll give them extra money. Why? Because this is a recurring bill that I need paid. So right now, we have the Connectivity Act, and I also have the Obama. The Obama phones that most people carry around and talk on and run up, I take the money from that and I have them place it on my internet and phone bill for the house phone. So therefore, when this plan runs out, from what I'm hearing, it's running out soon. If I paid some extra money on the bill while I had that credit, then that's a credit each month. And then before it gets too low, I take another couple $100 and put it on. So therefore, I don't have to worry about a bill every month. And that money that's sitting on there as credit, I don't have to pay that that gas bill, that light bill, that internet and phone bill. So that money could be used somewhere else. I know I'm always saying that I live in a depression. I know it's not the depression. But I set it up as a mindset in my mind so I know how to spend and invest in the things that I need long range, so I'll never have to worry about, oh, she missed the payment, she got to get her services turned off, or she can't afford to do this or that. I can't. I will. And that's what I do. So, my goal is to invest into some stocks and some bonds to leave to my child. But I'm going to start giving it to him like soon as I get it, instead of waiting until I die to leave it to him. Because everybody needs help somewhere, somehow. Excuse me. If this is something that you would like to look into more, to find ways to start a business for yourself, let me know. There are many people on YouTube that tell us about free money that can be used towards businesses. They're called grants. With a grant, you don't have to pay it back. So let's decide if this is something that we want to do as this family. I'm going to do it regardless. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to do it regardless. But if you would like to do it as a group, and we all look up some information on different topics that we like, and we all can watch some of these existing YouTube channels where they're telling you how to make money, then let me know. I'd be glad to help you out, because this is what I'm planning on doing. I'm planning also to come off of services, whether it be food stamps, whether it be disability, whether it be Belmont. I'm planning on coming off. I don't want to stay on for many years. If my business goes right the way I plan on paying the money back that I have for disability. Why? Because if my business takes off and does what I want it to do, and I'm willing to invest my time and myself into this business, if I can get the money up and pay the disability back when it comes down to retirement age, I can retire and get the money that I would have got if I would have stayed working until retirement age. So if these are things that you would like to discuss, please drop your comment down below. Please subscribe, hit the notification button, give me a thumbs up, and share my videos with your family and friends. And leave me a comment. I love interacting with you. Bye-bye.